Ready when you are.
I'll restart the joke. Okay, so there's this kindergarten class. They're learning how to make compound words. It's when you take two words, you put them together, you make one word. Alright, so their homework for the day is to come up with one compound word. Alright, so they go home. Little Billy goes home. He's sitting at his desk and he's looking around and he looks up and he sees a shade and he looks down at his desk and he sees a purple crayon. He's like, that's my word, purple shade. So he goes to school all excited, he's happy. And finally, the teacher's going around going, what's your word, what's your word, what's your word? Finally, she gets to Little Billy. What's your word, Little Billy? Purple shade. What did you say? Purple shade. I don't like that kind of language in my classroom. Go to the principal's office. He goes to the principal's office. I don't know what he did wrong. Sitting there, principal's like, all right, well, let me get this straight. What happened? What did you do?
Bandai has giveaways planned.
Fuck you. And Little Billy's like, I don't know. I did my homework. I said, all I did was say purple shade. Purple shade. That kind of language is not tolerated in this school. You're expelled. So they expel the kid at 6 years old. So his mom comes in. I think this is the first standby. And picks him up. She's driving home. Little Billy, what happened? Why were you expelled? I don't know. I did my homework. I said purple shade. Purple shade! Wait till your father hears about this. So they take him home, and he's now crying his eyes out in his bedroom. His father comes home. He hears the door open. He hears the dum, 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 dum up the stairs. Father comes in. He's like, all right, now listen, son. I've heard a lot of stories. Tell me what happened. Oh, no, I did my homework. All I did was say purple shade. Purple shade. What? You're not my son. Get out. Kid's 7 years old. He's a bum. Now he's 7. Fuck it. So now, he's about, 7 years old. About, we'll say, 12 years go by. He's about, what, 20 now? Yeah, 20.
19.
Whatever. And he's walking around and he sees police officer directing traffic. Except for the police officer. Look, I've been a bum since I was 7 years old. For saying one word, I just want to know what the word is. Can you please just tell me what it means? Officer goes, sure, what do you say? I said purple shade. Purple shade! Purple! All units report. They're coming in there. Where's the kid? So he comes in for his court hearing, and all rise to the judge. Judge walks in. He sits down. What did the defendant do? Officer stands up. He said purple shade, Your Honor. Everyone in the courtroom's like, oh my God, purple shade. Judge goes, order in my courtroom. That's it. I'm sentencing to you life on Raker's Isle. No man there has ever seen the light of day. He's like, ship him off to Raker's Isle. He gets there and he sees this guy leaning on the wall. He's waiting. Kid walks up to him. The guy's like, you said purple shade, didn't you? Yeah, how'd you know? Look, it's a long story. See that tree over there? What you gotta do is you gotta make a boat out of it and sail over to New York. Once you get to New York, go down 42nd Street. When you get to the end of 42nd Street, make a left. Take that block all the way down. The last building on your right and the very top floor is where you'll get your answer. It's like, alright, so he chops down the tree, makes a boat, he hauls it out, he goes into the water, he rows, he gets to New York, he goes to 42nd Street, goes all the way down 42nd Street, makes that left, goes all the way down, gets there, he sees the last building on his right, he walks in, elevator's broke, he has to climb the stairs. So it's about a 40-flight building, walks up 39 flights of stairs. He then gets to the very last step, trips, falls down 40 flights of stairs, breaks his neck, and dies. What's the moral of the story? Do not answer, Chrissy. What's the moral of the story?
Don't use stairs?
No, watch that last step, it's a doozy.
But I'm ching.
I told you I was going to waste your life.
You know how many people have said, Chris?
What does purple shade
Yeah,
mean?
they're still asking to this
now
day.
It's time for the next joke.
Oh, God.
So this guy is asked by his friend to go house sitting. So he's like, all right, I'll house sit. And the guy's like, all right, listen, the only thing you can't do is look under the rug in the bedroom. And he's like, all right, whatever. So the guy is spending the night, he's in the bedroom, he's sitting in his bed, he's like, why can't I look under the fucking rug? He gets up, he looks under the rug, there's a trap door. Okay, cool. Puts the rug back, he goes back into the bed. Why is there a trap door? So he gets out of the bed, he opens up moves the rug, opens up the trap door, looks down. Oh, there's a flight of stairs. Closes the trap door, puts the rug back over, gets back in the bed, and it's like, alright. Where do the stairs lead to? So then he gets up, he moves the rug, he opens the trapdoor, he goes down the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Gets to the end, there's a door. Ha! There's a door at the end of the stairs. Walks up the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Closes the trapdoor, puts the rug back, and then gets back in bed. So on the other side of that door. So he gets up, he takes the rug, he opens up the trapdoor, he walks down the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, opens up the door. Oh, there's a desert. He closes the door, he walks up the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, closes the trapdoor, puts the rug over, and gets back in bed. Wonder what's on the other side of that desert. Gets up, moves the rug, opens the trapdoor, goes down for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Opens the door, goes through the desert for days and 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 days, and then comes up to a forest. Oh, there's a forest. Okay. Turns around, goes through the desert for days and days and days and days and days and days. Closes the door, walks up the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Closes the trap door, puts the rug back, and goes, what's on the other side of that forest? Gets up, moves the rug, takes up the trap door, walks down the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, opens the door, goes through the desert for days and 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 days, goes through the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, gets to the end, oh, it's an ocean. Alright, well, turns around, goes through the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, across the desert for days and days and days and days and days, closes the door, walks up the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, closes the trapdoor, puts the rug back, and says, what's on the other side of that ocean? Gets up, opens the rug, opens the trapdoor, goes down for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, walks through the desert for days and days and days and days and days and days and days, goes through the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, finds a canoe, gets in the canoe, goes across the ocean for months and months and months and months and months. Ah, there's a jungle. Turns around, goes through the ocean for months and months and months and months and months and months. I don't know where this guy he was house sitting for is. Goes through the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Goes through the desert for days and days and days and days and days and days. Closes the door, goes up the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Closes the trap door, puts the rug and then gets back into bed. I don't know why it's still night. Also,
Andrew,
what's on the other side of that jungle? So he gets up. Moves the rug, opens the trap door, goes down for hours and 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 hours. Opens the door, goes through the desert for days and days and days and days and days and days and days. Goes across the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Goes across the ocean for months and months and months and months. Travels the jungle for years and years and years and years and years. And he looks and there's a sign that points up. And he looks up, and in the tree is a monkey. And next to the monkey is a sign that says, "Don't touch the monkey."
Don't touch. Oh, I know this one.
And the guy's like, huh, alright, a monkey I can't touch. Turns around. Walks through the jungle for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Goes across the ocean for months and months and months and months and months. Goes through the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Goes across the desert for days and days and days and days, well, at this point doesn't matter anymore. Goes across the, closes the door, of course, and goes up the stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Closes the trapdoor, puts a rug there, and goes back in bed. Why can't I touch the monkey? Gets up, moves the rug, opens the trapdoor, goes down for days, hours and hours and hours and hours. Opens the door, goes through the desert for days and days and days and days and days. Goes across the forest for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Rows across the ocean for months and months and months and months and months. Travels through the jungle for years and years and years and years. He climbs up the tree, gets the monkey, and he pokes out. The monkey's eyes glow red. And he stares at the guy freaks out, jumps out of the tree. He's running across the jungle for years and years and years. The monkey's behind him, swinging on vines, coming, chasing him. The guy's like, ah, shit. Gets into the canoe. He's rowing, somehow faster than the monkey, who's on a jet ski. And he's like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Rowing for months and months and months and months. He gets to the forest. He's running through the forest again, while the monkey's just swinging through the trees. He gets to the desert. The guy's running somehow faster than a monkey on a dune buggy, just for fucking days and days and days and days. He closes the door behind him. He goes up those stairs for hours and hours and hours and hours. Closes the trap door. Puts the rug on it. And then he just gets in the bed. He puts the covers over it. And he's waiting. And he hears.
You're just like blow up the field.
All with battery, I need cooperation from you, and they hit the graveyard. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
And then he feels it walking up his body. He pulls down his sheets and he looks at him. You're it! Runs away.
Just under 2 minutes for both jokes. Chris, you wasted 10 minutes of our lives.
Yeah, that was a complete waste of time right there. You want a joke?